Cheers, my dears, and hello, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of the Attic Monologues. So, do you know the situation in which you feel uncomfortable because another person makes you feel uncomfortable, and later on they apologize and you say, "No, that's okay," or "Oh, it's all right." And later on, you don't feel very well because you realize actually it's not okay and it's not all right. Well, if that ever happened to you or even happens to you on a regular basis, I have another hot tip for you. Don't say it's okay if it's not okay. Okay, so the problem is within this society, we feel the urge, if somebody apologizes for something, to directly react upon that. So somebody comes and apologizes, which hopefully means they reflected their own behavior. So we jump on that and we say, it's okay. What we actually do is we accept an apology without reflecting whether we actually want to accept that. And I say we because if that ever happened to you, be sure that happened to me, like a lot. So even today, there are situations where I remember me saying, no, it's okay. Oh, it's all right. You know, even the body language speaks ease, like, oh, it's okay. Oh, don't worry, it's all right. You know, even our body language supports that it's easy when actually deep down inside, we feel uneasy or not at ease. So what I found out, because these moments still haunt me until today, I don't know whether you can resonate with that, but I still have moments where I want to go back. You know, if I think about the situation, I want to go back and tell the person, you remember that situation? I said it's okay, but you know what? Actually, it's not. It wasn't, and it still isn't. But the huge problem here is we want to be the active creators of our lives. We want to be independent. We want to be taken seriously by our interlocutor. So if you do something, you reflect upon it, and you think, maybe that wasn't okay, and you apologize, and I say it's okay, if you now dig deeper and you're like, are you sure it's okay? I mean, I could understand if it wasn't okay for you. Are you really sure you want to accept my apology? I would wonder whether you think I'm out of my mind. Like as if I didn't know what I was saying, right? So the other way around, if I say it's okay and you accept that straight away, that is how it actually should be, because that means you perceive me as an independent person who knows what they're saying. So again, as we're talking a lot about taking responsibility for oneself and for one's actions, and therefore one's words, if I say it's okay, I have to make sure that I actually mean it. Same goes for you. That's why my biggest recommendation is don't say it's okay if it's not okay. And by the way, we have this urge to accept apologies directly. We don't have to. You know, there are other ways to deal with apologies. And I recently had a situation like that. Like there was a situation in which somebody didn't behave as friendly as I hoped, let's put it that way. And several days later, they apologized for it. And they said, I'm sorry for what I said and how it went. And I didn't feel like accepting that apology because it didn't feel true to me, to myself, because I was still pissed, to be honest. So I took a step back and I thought, okay, how can I formulate it? Because the thing is, I see they reflected their behavior and they understood that it wasn't correct, which in my head is a positive aspect. And I want to acknowledge, I do not just want to perceive, but I want to acknowledge, and I want to show my acknowledgement of this positive reflection. But nevertheless, I at that point didn't feel like accepting that apology. So I found another way to express it. So I just say, well, you know what? It's going well today. You know? So this means I appreciate your reflection. I appreciate your understanding that it made me feel uncomfortable. And I'm just glad that the situation now is better. But that doesn't mean that I say the situation that happened beforehand is completely okay. And that was a deep relief to me when I came home, to understand that there are other ways. And with changing my words, I had the possibility, I created the room in which I took first responsibility for my own feelings, and I said something that was true. Because the truth is, it still wasn't okay for me, but I see the reflection and I acknowledge and appreciate the reflection. So this is not because I want them to apologize 10 times, you know, oh yeah, let me hear it again. That's not the case. But they took their time to reflect, which brought them to the conclusion that they want to apologize. So they took their time to reflect, right? But, and they hope for my forgiveness, you know, for me forgiving them. But give me time to reflect in order to come to the point where I can say it's okay and I accept that apology and I mean it. But that needs time as well. I need time to reflect, because in that moment I was still pissed. And if you accept an apology in that state, you know, of emotions, tendency is quite high that you're going to be angry with yourself later on for saying it's okay when actually it wasn't. So that's my recommendation. That's my hot tip. Don't say it's okay if it's not okay, and be aware that there is no obligation to accept an apology. See you next time.